What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, July 29th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. As always, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope your Monday's off to a great start. I hope everybody's doing outstanding. Well, tomorrow, Tuesday, boom, I'm going to be on Gemini Rising with the lovely Natalie, Sady, and Ann Wolke, and I'm so excited to see them again and to talk about astrology and all sorts of stuff that we're going to go into on their little podcast on Natalie Sadie's channel. So I'll put a link in the description to Natalie's channel. I think there's already one there. I've done some stuff on her channel before for like year previews and stuff a couple years back. So there should be a link in my description. If there isn't, I'll make sure there's one. Give her a follow, a subscribe, whatever we do here on YouTube. And yeah, look forward to that. I think we're doing it at 8 p.m. Pacific. Um, but yeah, it'll definitely be up there. Super excited. So check that out. And also, another promotion is I have some time this week, and I'm super excited. If you're interested in getting a reading, learning more about your evolutionary journey of your soul and transits, progressions, solar arcs, what's happening, what has happened, what's gonna happen. If you want to know some of this stuff and learn deeper about yourself, then there's an email below too. scarboroughb@protonmail.com. Use that one. Shoot me an email, and if you'd like, we'll get you scheduled this week. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm feeling good. Let's jump into the astrology this Monday. Well, we're gonna see that sun at 7 degrees of Leo, which I love the 7 degrees. Probably because I'm like a quadruple seven in numerology, and I'm just sevened up. But it's a very spiritual number, and this is definitely where we can get creatively closer to our own empowerment of God, right? And use that, using our ego and our energy and our presence and our shine to really create and to do it from a place of almost channeled, channeled ego, channeled creative potential of like really knowing yourself. And look, the weekend wasn't like super easy. There was a lot going on, and I feel like it affected people in a pretty hard way. And today can definitely be spiritually empowering. I hope everybody had a good weekend and it didn't get too intense, but I definitely noticed it. Um, but this could be a very spiritually, intuitively empowering day, and especially if you're really putting yourself out there, and using your power and empowering yourself in this day, it can go really well. Um, the moon and Mars. The moon's going to be finishing up here in Taurus, so it's the last half day of this exalted moon and the dignified sun. And meeting with Uranus definitely can throw expectations out the door. Let the adventure unfold. Let the electricity guide you. It might be through the electricity, through the sort of erratic emotions, that you find that channeled creativity and that empowerment that's kind of showing you where to put your energy, showing you where to go. Mars is in Gemini, Jupiter's in Gemini, the moon's coming into Gemini. This is going to be a really like two-part day. It's going to start off a little erratic. We might be looking for safety, security, really nice things, but all of a sudden it kind of shifts, and it's almost like we're okay with maybe not finding it right away because we're finding more of our own creative potential through little twists and turns and mm, uncertainty in some ways. So it's almost like Monday starts off a little uncertain, but like let's roll with it and see what comes. It might be something super exciting, something new, something fresh. There could definitely be a lot of ideas that pop up out of nowhere. So be, interested in what ideas can find you. We got Mercury dispositing Jupiter, dispositing Mars, and will disposit the moon, and it's in pre-retrograde shadow and just a week away from stationing retrograde. So like again, we might recover some of this stuff. It might not be the end all be all today, but man, can we like start to put the cherry on top of certain things that we want to put our energy into, our light into, our heart into, and really start to clean things up and purify some things. So it's almost like through some erratic energy, through some change, a little uncertainty, really we're just seeing what needs the dust knocked off of it so that it can be a little bit more in alignment, a little bit more cleansed, almost like an ego cleanse in some ways, and true, um, a more truthful egoic representation of yourself and what you want to do and how to express that self. So definitely Interesting, to say the least. I love saying interesting, but I always find it interesting. I just do. The moon's going to come into Gemini, and it's also going to trine Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. And I mean, Monday is like a really good day to be in community, right? To be a part of groups, to be doing stuff with other people, really showing yourself, showing others your generosity, showing yourself your love, showing, generosity to yourself, all of that. But being so unique and being flexible, and, really finding and digging deep inside for what needs to be shown, what needs to be expressed, or what needs to be learned too, and not being stagnant or rigid in certain emotional beliefs or certain, you know, routine in life, but to really go deeper and like what more is there? What more can I pull out of today? What more can I pull out of myself to get more of the expression I'm looking for in my life? Whether it's a reflection we're looking for from certain people, or a reflection we're looking for from a job, or really just the reflection of ourself that we want to either show ourselves or show others. Today we've got to like dig deep for it. Like it's in there, but it's almost like it's not like we don't have a ton of ultimate control. We might want that control. We might associate some kind of a control or rigidity to things as empowering, but really it's how you react to uncertainty or to changes, and the flexibility to be mutable. That is the key and the ticket that'll show you where you are truly empowered. Because we don't have a lot of control over what goes on around us, but we sure do have control over how we react, how we take in the information, and how we respond to different things in our day to day life. And this is a great example today of finding that truth in the moment, in the day, and owning it and doing something with it and empowering yourself and being in a state where it's the flow. Something's coming in, showing you something. You're willing to see it without judgment, but to act and to respond and to change things up as necessary. Moon's also going to sextile Neptune before it comes in and makes that trine to Pluto, which is definitely easing it a little bit. It's definitely taking a little bit of the harshness of maybe even the Uranus conjunction that we wake up to. It's definitely like, I mean, in some ways, throwing water on electricity, and that's a that's an ultimate conductor, but it can be that way. We don't want to get mentally, disabled because of some emotional, oversensitivity to something that happens. So again, we want to like be able to, especially with the moon coming into an air sign, be more intellectual about what we're feeling instead of maybe just letting the feelings kind of take us into something too fantastical or something too nightmarish. Let's really like ease into things and then find that really that goodness in there, because there's a really good energy in there. It's just like not getting electrocuted or feeling like we're in some kind of an electric chair because maybe something doesn't go perfectly as planned and we're like maybe stressing or something. Um, let the flow state guide you, and the electricity will come through with the download, and it'll give you the pop, and Pluto gives you the oomph and that inner desire and that inner emotional strength to proceed with change in the truth, which is only going to help you express yourself in a more true light, in a better way. And that's what's going to expand things. People are going to be a big factor in this. And you'll definitely see people that show up in a way that is supportive, that sees you. And those are like the gems in life right now, are those people. And the ones that look at you funny and don't have a trust and don't, kind of respect your truth. Well, I don't know what to tell you about those guys. I don't know what to tell you. Are they friends or not? You know. Venus is at 22 degrees Leo. Venus is just doing her thing. She's trining over to Chiron, and I mean, this is like where we can kind of heal a lot of things that hold us back from certain ways to empower ourselves, to manifest, to create more abundance in life, to have the things we want. This is almost like a big shift of possible healing, of like maybe getting us out of old stories and into the truth of the now, and how we can fix things and how we can make things better, and how we can stop being the source of what's disabling certain parts of ourselves that need to come out, need to be shown, need to be acted, and need to be impulsively acted upon to make things happen. This can also be with relationships. There can be big relationship healing that's taking place because we're knowing our own selves on a better level because of different things that are happening and how we're responding. And that can be a lot of healing too. And a lot of the identity of relationships can really show themselves if it's like love and it's empowering and it's, built on something that's gold, it's obvious, and it can feel really healing. If it's built on fool's gold, well, I think you'll know that today too. So definitely a lot going on. Also, Eros is with Black Moon Lilith, so it's kind of an interesting little thing when it comes to passion and love and sexuality in many ways. So, and it's in Virgo, so it's almost like there is like a heightened sense of like kind of knowing what we want and not wanting to settle for less. And I think that that really is reflective on romantic partnerships right now, where it's just like so clear if we're getting what we want out of it and if it makes sense. And if it doesn't, I feel like there's some kind of rebellious energy to it. We're also seeing Juno at 26 Virgo, which is starting to oppose Neptune in retrograde, which I mean could be a little bit of like disillusionment about certain things in relationships. And of course, I have to talk about relationships because the South Node's in Libra, and the Sun's starting to sextile that South Node and trine that North Node, and there's a lot about relationships in our astrology right now. They say don't do your South Node. Well, too bad. Whenever the South Node's transiting, that's what we feel more intensely. And relationships are just a big focal point. Pluto in Aquarius at 0 degrees deals with people too. Gemini deals with people and expression. The moon's coming in there. Mars is there. Mars disposits the North Node. There's just so much about people, and especially, I think, relationships, important ones, be it friends or romance or whatever, really needing things to be dialed in and make sense, but also be balanced and fair. And also just the ones that really each person gets to be themselves. It's so important right now to be a very true version of yourself. Otherwise, the relationships aren't built on truth, and that's where disillusionment shows up in our lives too. So, hope you have a good weekend, or sorry, a good Monday. Hope you had a great weekend, and yeah, that is gonna be cool. I'm excited. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, Natalie Sadie's channel, link in the description below. Super excited to see those ladies again, and yeah, wishing you all the best. See what the card has to say about this moon day. What do we get here? The Knight of Cups in reverse. Oh man, he's showing up with the champagne. He's got the gloves. He's got the flowers. Like, he's ready to go. Get frisky. But is it all it's cracked up to be? He's at the grocery store buying all this stuff. Does he mean it? There definitely could be a sense of that. But the reverse is interesting. So it's almost like today's showing the instability in things that aren't built and have a strong foundation in truth. If it's real, you're going to know it, and all this stuff's going to work out as it's meant to. If it's not true and it's built on a facade, or it's like looks are deceiving kind of thing, we're going to feel that, and it's going to be like, halt the brakes. Halt the brakes. this isn't it. So it's kind of just like really emotionally discerning about what we need to press forward with emotionally and what we need to almost attack in life with our emotions and our intellect, and what we need to like take a deeper look at, and what is there a facade built around something, you know. Hope you have a great Monday. I appreciate you all so much. If you want to book a reading, I'd love to work with you. Email down below. I have time this week. Next week, not so much. But yeah, it just turned out that this week is pretty open. So I'd love to work with some of you. Shoot me an email if you're interested. And I will see you all Tuesday. Don't forget to watch tomorrow night on Natalie Sadie's channel. It's going to be great. All right. Love you all.